Hello everyone, and welcome to All Things Hadar. Hello my beautiful Hadarian family. So I was actually just gonna do a reading, and then after I got this far, I heard, no, let's just do this for the Hadarian Collective. So normally I don't shuffle and lay out unless something like this happens. So I asked, should I pick them all up and just start fresh? And I got no. So this is where we're going to start. The cards that are already out here are the Akashic Record Oracle cards. I don't know where to put that. Okay. And then I also am going to be using the Queen of the Moon Oracle cards. And then I will be using the Rider Waite Tarot in the mini deck to do any clarifying if I feel I need to do that. All right. So first things first. All right. We got love. Creative writing. Crown chakra, forgiveness, ghosts, and interestingly enough, so I don't know if you can see that, but there's actually two handprints, one that's cut off, but two handprints there, which hopefully I'll remember, but when we get to this, just remember about imprinting. And then I went to put the cards back, and release and let go was on the bottom. And when I went to put them down, they kind of just split, and it was like future lives, release and let go. And it came out with this. And the interesting part about when the ghost card came out, so right before I went to do the last shuffle, right before this card, forgiveness, came out, I saw the ghost card, and I even said, haha, watch, that one's going to come out. And it didn't come out. This one came out. And then I was like, okay, let's get one more. And then it came out. And I just thought that was funny. Then I saw, you know, release and let go. And we've got forgiveness and ghosts. And then the split happened, and I got future lives. And it was very clear to me that this releasing and letting go is about doing the forgiveness. And that is what is going to clean up and clear out this imprinting of ghosts. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean like actual ghosts. It can mean things that we are just carrying around that just, you know, haunt us, these things that we just can't seem to let go of. And then they just keep being played out in this lifetime. So I guess that's where we're heading with these messages. So the release and let go card here, which is number 30, if any of you are into numerology. And then we have future lives, which is 14. These seem to be what this message is about. Okay. For me, and like for the work I do, for any of you who don't know, you know, me, you haven't heard of me or haven't worked with me or anything before, I really look at doing on a multi-dimensional level. We heal the past, we clear the past, we let go of things of the past, so that we can balance, align, and harmonize our here and now, as well as our future, right? As well as what was in the past. But it starts with cleaning up the past. And this can be about beliefs. It can be about events. It can be even things that aren't ours that we carry, but that are through the ancestral line, or our genetics and so on and so forth. I mean, there's so many multidimensional ways, as well as levels, realms, planes, dimensions, you know, so many things, so many things. And I feel like as soon as I saw this, and that's when the message came in to do this for this channel, for the Hadarian Collective, for the All Things Hadar channel. So, you know, whether you're new to a newly discovered that you're Hadarian, or even if you're not Hadarian and you found yourself here, but just so you know, this is a channel that is with the focus of Hadarians, but you are welcome. But as Hadarians, there's a lot that we carry energetically. There's a lot we carry in our DNA that that we carry from our experiences, not just on Hadar, but all our lifetimes, right? But again, because the focus here is Hadar and Hadarians. I do feel that this came out so strongly for us here, because I feel like there is a lot that we carry in this regard, and there is imprinting that just isn't serving us. And this is about forgiving ourselves, forgiving each other, forgiving the various things that took place that led up to the destruction of Hadar. And especially now, because it's already rebirthing, it's already revitalizing as a planetary star, sun, moon system, you know, cosmically, galactically speaking, it's already being rebirthed. It is already revitalizing, and there's already new growth there. And it is important for ourselves as individuals. It is also important for us as a collective. And it is important for our Hadarian system to really start working on, you know, forgiving and letting go of the ghosts of the past, clearing out the imprinting from the ghosts of the past, from the traumas of the past, from, you know, letting that past, you know, we learn from our past, but it doesn't have to dictate who we are, what we experience, what our quality of life is now or ever will be. It doesn't have to have that role unless that's what we let it do, in essence. It is this releasing and letting go, right? Releasing and letting go of these ghosts of the past, releasing and letting go of the unforgiveness, and bring in forgiveness, because this has a very, very direct effect on our future lives. Excuse me. So, I hope that makes sense. And I find it interesting that it's 13, 14, 15. You know, forgiveness, future lives, and then the ghosts. Well, and even if you look at it in that way, right? How is carrying around the ghosts of the past not going to end up pushing you back over here again? And it just creates this loop, this loop. Which I also find interesting, because this week, for me, that it's been coming through a lot of various different loops, wheels, and cycles that I've cleared out for myself, that it's like, oh wow, I didn't even realize that that's a loop. I didn't even realize that that's something that it's like being on that hamster wheel, right? We just keep doing it over and over and over. And it's like, oh, wait a minute, look at that. I don't want that anymore, right? So just sharing with you where I'm at, because you know, look at that, I didn't even look at it, because it does affect our present lives, our current lives, our present lives, and it also affects our future lives. Okay, so it is really important to clear out all of the unforgiveness, you know, as much of the unforgiveness that we can possibly clear out, releasing the past, letting the past be the past, and move on and move forward. Okay. I also found it so Hadarian, if you will, to have the love card be the first card that came out in the reading. It's just so us. It's just so us. So though the bulk of the reading is, again, it's about present life and future lives. It's present lives and future lives. Sorry, it's plural and all the context there. It is talking about needing to do forgiveness and releasing the ghosts of the past, clearing off and letting go to clear out the imprinting so that it's not there anymore. There is I'm hearing the words like awakening, updating, up-leveling, opening, downloading. So those are the words I'm getting when I look here at the crown chakra. And I feel like these things for many of us create either total blocks or partial blocks or blocks in some way, shape, or form of where we're trying to connect, right, with we're trying to heal our crown chakra. We're trying to get our connection to be stronger, with God, source, spirit, utmost high, universe, whatever that is for you, right? It feels like there's, it's almost like it's just going, it's very choppy because it's not able to flow smoothly. And I feel like it's around a lot of this energy. The creative writing coming in here, I love that is here. For a lot of us, it's really hard to articulate exactly what's what. For some of us, we have no idea what it is. Some of us, we know what it is, but we don't know. We're getting stuck in how do I process that? Now, a couple of things. One, doing the writing, whether that is creative writing or if it is automatic writing or we're just writing our thoughts, right? Whatever they are, random, willy-nilly, doesn't matter. We're just writing our thoughts as they come. That alone can be very, is it cathartic? Is that how you pronounce it correctly? It can be very healing. It can be very therapeutic. Doing that in that way. I also find it really interesting that this is a typewriter. It's like, which to me is, again, talking about things that are outdated. It's time to get those outdated thoughts, beliefs, things that you think about, the things that you feel, the things that you've been carrying around for a really long time. Get them out, 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 right? But by utilizing whatever you need to, and if that's a typewriter, if that's a chisel and a hammer in a stone, I don't care what it is. If it's picture storytelling, I don't care what it is, but getting it out is a process of clearing. It is opening the opportunity for healing to take place in releasing. We can always set our intentions. I'm sorry, I have a leaf here that it looks like it's not doing so well. We can set our intentions that what we're going to just sit down and write, and even if we don't know what that's going to be, but then we can just set the intention. I'm going to sit down and write, and whatever is going to come spilling out of me is going to bring healing to me, right? We can set our intentions for our writings to be whatever it's going to be, whatever we want it to be. We can, I feel like that this is really important, an important step, an important process. And it is about, this writing is allowing this releasing to happen, to take place. It is allowing the space to be freed up because you're not carrying it anymore. And for some of us, and for me, it just kind of depends on what it is as to if I do this or not. If I feel prompted to do it, I do it. If I don't feel prompted to do it, I might still do it and I might not. And that is I may go ahead and tear out the pages and burn it, because it's something I feel just needs to truly be released and energetically let go. Sometimes it just needs to be symbolically let go for me, for myself, to just feel like, okay, whew, okay, I'm watching it all go up in smoke. Whatever that is for you, you do you, and that's what's good and right for you, right? But yeah, so either which way, I feel that this can also open up a way to have the crown chakra be healthier, to gain, and again, that can be part of your intentions that you set. So yeah. All right, let's just see what else comes out. I'm sorry if my bracelets are bothering anybody. I really just wanted to wear them today. I haven't worn them for some time. All right, so let's just get let's just get a card for each one, and we're just doing these. I feel like this up here with the release and let go, present life, future lives, present lives, future lives, is just like, this is the overall message, what the overall messages are about. And then that this starts going into that further. So we're just going to pull a card for each one of those. So let's do love. Let's get a little more on the story here for love, please. And as you guys know, if you're new here and you don't know this, I may frequently be prompted that as messages come through here for the Hadarian Collective, I might feel prompted of, okay, so we need to release this. So we might do a quick little release and clear, a healing, a meditation, I don't know, whatever you want to label that as. So we may be doing that later. I don't know yet, but that is something that may frequently come forward in these different things I post on this channel. All right, so let's get a little more for the creative writing, please. Thank you. Let's get another one for the crown chakra, please. Crown chakra? That's too many. Oh, that was loud. Okay. Crown chakra, please. Let's get a little more detail for the crown chakra. This one's really taking its time, as you can see, and coming out. Feel free. There we go. Nice. Okay. That makes total sense to me. All right. Let's get a little more for the forgiveness. Can we get a little more detail on the forgiveness, please? And let's get a little more for the ghost. Ghosts is plural. I'd like one more for the ghosts, please, with this protection card. One more for the ghosts, please, with the protection card. That's too many. That's too many. Thank you. Okay. All right, now, seeing as this one came with one up and one down, I left the one down because I wanted you to see that. And look, it made itself known. I feel like when it comes like that it's telling me, it can be telling me that this is something we don't see, but that is actually there or is coming. That's typically what it means. I'm kind of at a, oh wow, I just realized that. Check this out. I don't know if I can reach it. Anyway, the stars on the back of this card right here are shaped the same way as the ones on my journal. That's too funny. Anyway, I feel like it's like, so the focus may be on this, but we don't realize this is in the background. So we have love, and the clarifiers that came for that, the first one out that we could see was attraction. And the one we didn't see was beauty. Okay, you see the face? So for some here, you're wanting to attract love. I do feel like that it's not everybody is about trying to attract like a romantic love. I do feel like some are, but I also feel like others are just trying to attract a life that reflects a life of healthy love. So for some, maybe you have things happening in your life that just make you feel like you don't have healthy, flourishing, balanced, harmonious, true love. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be any kind of love or various kinds of love. And you're wanting to attract this. I find this interesting. Like, these are two different decks, okay? Two different decks. The love is 22. The attraction is 44. So if any of you are into numbers, you may want to check that out. But it does show progression to me. I don't know what 22 and 44 stand for. I'm just saying for me, it's showing progression. And then we have beauty. And I feel like sometimes too, it's like you're wanting to attract a beauty into your life. You're wanting to attract a beautiful life. Beautiful love experiences. I do feel like for some, yeah, for some I'm getting there's homesickness. You feel homesick. And, I mean, the bottom line is that we are here. We're here right now at this time, in this space, in this reality. And we chose to come here, whether we believe that or not, whether we want to believe that or not, or whether we believe it, but we try to deny it. The bottom line is we chose to come here in some way, shape, or form. And in this lifetime, in this reality, at this moment, and we're still feeling that longingness for Hadar, possibly for multiple homes from various lifetimes. I'm feeling like it's, to encourage to, it's okay to hold a place in your heart for Hadar and the Hadarian system, meaning moons, stars, sun, planets. But to not get so caught up in that we don't see the beauty that is in this reality. That we don't see the beauty of love. We don't see the beauty of the intricacies of love that are woven into nature, which is all around us. I also see here we have several butterflies here. So this is about a lot of transformation, a lot of metamorphosis, a lot of changes happening in life. And notice, again, these are two different decks. We have beauty and release and let go. And it's, again, 2030. And butterflies. So I feel like there is this potential for a lot of changes and shifts in a good way. But it is about being able to get out of the, I'm hearing the word melancholy, the heaviness that comes with being so homesick that it is shifting us out of alignment. It's okay to miss home, but don't be so wrapped up in missing and daydreaming and longing and pining away for what was. Honor what was, and honor what is, and honor what will be, by moving into learning to love, enjoy the beauty and the love that is around us. And if we feel very alone, which I don't know about you, but I frequently feel very alone. And I will say, I am challenged to go outside and enjoy nature because I have a lot of allergy type reactions to most things outside, although I love being outside. But find some way that works for you to be able to enjoy the beauty of nature. And that doesn't mean you have to go out and sit and meditate with your back against a tree. Don't get me wrong, I would love to be able to do that, but the grass and the trees are some of the things I'm allergic to. So, you know, but you can find some way to do that. Like there's days that I just sit on the floor in front of my glass patio doors, and I might leave the door cracked a little bit just so I can hear the birds louder. I can enjoy the air, and I'm enjoying the light and absorbing the warmth from the sun, watching the sky. I can lay on the floor and look up at the clouds. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm still enjoying nature even though I'm not in it. For me to walk barefoot in the grass, can't do it. But I can walk barefoot in dirt, in sand, in water. So, you know, it's just finding what works for you, I think. So then we're going to move on to this creative writing with the boundaries. Now I find this interesting because again, the typewriter seems so outdated. I feel like there are boundaries that are outdated for some that need to be updated into where you are now, where you're heading now, where you're wanting to go. And it's funny because I believe I just mentioned this in a reading that I just did for my other channel, Infused Transitions. And I believe I had mentioned something in there about, you know, if we violate our own boundaries, how are we going to hold the line when others try to come in and violate our boundaries? If we can't hold it for ourselves, how are we going to hold it with others? Because if we violate it ourselves, we're, you know, most likely we're going to let others violate them as well. Again, there's a butterfly here. I don't know if you can see that. There's the butterfly there. The moon is there, and she's in this protective bubble. Now, I find this interesting because you've got the roundness of this moon type energy, moon energy. You've got the roundness of this bubble. You've got the roundness of this portal. I find that interesting. There's something about the circle. So if you are into going deeper, maybe look up the geometric shapes and their meanings to see what is the circle? What is the circle? I also feel like there's an opportunity that when you're doing this writing, this creative writing, whether it's texting, typing on a typewriter, or writing with pen and pencil, or whatever that is for you, I feel like by doing this writing, and that these boundaries have to do with this forgiveness and these ghosts. Could be about forgiving yourself, could be about forgiving others, could be about both. But there's something that there are things that haunt us, meaning we can't ever seem to just let them go for good, or we just can't seem to move past them, or we think we've moved past it and then here it comes again, right? And it feels like it's because imprinting plays a role, but there's also this unforgiveness. And this unforgiveness that we carry is what is allowing this to be imprinted. Whereas if we could get to this place of being able to forgive and release and let go, then this would dissipate. I hope that makes sense. And again, I do feel that by doing this writing, you may have some aha moments of, oh, see, yeah, that's why that happened, because I allowed it to happen, right? I didn't hold my boundary for myself, and I didn't hold it for that person. And this is not about you beating yourself up. This is about having epiphanies and aha moments, and then being able to go, you know what? Now that I've written that out, I can see that. Now I get it. Now I understand. So now I can shift that, because now I know that this boundary, whatever this boundary or this topic or area or whatever it was about, is a boundary that I need to decide what is a good, healthy, aligned boundary for me in this regard, and what does that look like when it's in action. And then how did I not do that in that instance, in that situation, or in that whatever? And if this is my new boundary, then how could I have handled that different that would have honored this boundary? It's a learning tool. I mean, plain and simple, it's a learning tool. It's not something to beat yourself up. It's to release, to let go, and it's to give yourself those epiphanies, those aha moments that are going to allow you to update. So instead of having to type on an old typewriter, you're moving with energy now, right? Does that make sense? Crown chakra, I find it interesting that the colors are carried out here. I find that really interesting. And we have assessing. So to me, this is somebody who's looking forward to the future. She is moving through her present and looking forward. So again, boundaries within the self. It is important to look forward in the sense of having goals, aspiring to something, but it's also important to be in our here and now. We can assess our future by going, okay, this is where I am, and if I continue on this route, this is what the future is going to play out to look like, as an educated guess, right? I don't want this to look this way, so how can I adjust my now? Again, it's assessing, it's taking stock. And I feel like literally, again, setting the intentions and putting out the invitation for, again, however you say that, God, source, spirit, universe, whatever that is for you, to bring healing to your crown chakra so that it is in the flow with balance, alignment, harmony. It's in the flow with Most High. It's in the flow with receiving, receiving, giving and utilizing it and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we are wounded warriors, but we don't have to stay in that, because we can write a different future. We can write a different present, but it does take doing the work. And it is going to require letting go, releasing and letting go, forgiveness. I also find it interesting too, because this assessing isn't just, she's not on the ground. She's not on the ground. She is up in the ethers. She is up in the astrals. She is up in, galaxy, cosmos. Again, however you word that, however that works for you. And I swear I see a face there. Hold on. I need to see if there really is a face here, or if it's just what I'm seeing. So I don't know if this looks that way to anybody else, but literally right there, it almost looks like there's a face there to me. It's almost like they're upside down. It's almost like the face is upside down. this right here. Interesting. Which this could be, again, about something from so far back, so far ago. But we discover that. We discover that by assessing, by looking, by doing, putting on our detective hat and doing the work. So I just heard, you know, so we can go from being upside down to right side up. And she's right side up, but she's looking almost like she's looking back to the past, which comes through in the writing. That's really interesting. I would suggest also looking up maybe colors. Again, I don't know if this is for everybody, somebody, a group of people, but I'm looking up the energies of purple, black, and gold, blue. And white. But I do feel it is through this assessing process, which is going to really help the crown chakra to get stabilized and to begin to, I'm hearing the words hum in the flow. Okay. Forgiveness, I find it interesting. So the forgiveness is going to be bringing about unexpected, the unexpected. I could have swore it said unexpected gifts. So maybe there is, there may be some unexpected relationships, unexpected epiphanies. This is a portal way, so maybe an unexpected new beginning, an unexpected, I'm hearing travel, an unexpected travel. Now this could be to another world, to another place in space. It could be literal travel to somewhere else. Like moving to somewhere else or going to another country, but it can be very etheric, very astrally. And it can be about a relationship, which clearly there's forgiveness that needs to take place. And it feels like the unexpectedness could be about never expected to have this be where we could be close again, whoever the we is. It's very electrifying. There's a lot of energy and a lot of potential around this. So doing the work to bring forgiveness in, and again, it's important to understand forgiveness doesn't mean that we condone or accept what someone has done as right or okay. Okay? We're just saying that we're not going to carry that anymore. We forgive them and we forgive ourselves. That doesn't mean we have to invite them back into our lives. That doesn't mean that, you know, oh, all's well and now we can just go. Excuse me. I needed a drink. Part of the forgiveness can be voicing your boundaries. Take that how it resonates. By voicing your boundaries and forcing your own boundaries and with yourself and with others can lead to forgiveness, because we are then not allowing ourselves or others to violate us in some way, shape, or form. Now, whether that is something drastic or something very small, I do feel like this is really powerful, and it's going to have some very unexpected, I'm hearing the words bonuses and benefits to doing this healing work. Not only for your here and now and the past, but also for future. I feel like for some, there's this fear around these ghosts of the past. Possibly for some, you feel like there's literally something around you all the time and you don't want it there. And I feel like it's tied into this, but take it how it resonates. One, just know you're protected. Two, it is important to know that we have power. Even if you think you don't, you do. We have power. If you feel that there is an energy around you, you know, I personally believe that we have the power to say, you need to go. You're not allowed here. You know, if you have to do that in some formal way, do it in a formal way. If you can do that in informal way, but very decisively, you're not questioning, you're not asking permission, you're saying, you need to go now. I do not allow you to be here, right? Or you can say things like, you know, through spiritual law, I command you to leave. You know, whatever works for you. And discernment, yeah. Discernment's really important because, again, I feel like the discernment is really heavy over here because even though we hear, okay, well, forgiveness doesn't mean you have to let this person back into your life. I feel like there are people who will let either the same people that they end up having to draw that line and say, no, no more, back in, or they're going to allow new people who do the same thing as what the other people were that they drew the line with come in, which then is just self-defeating. It's going to be important to learn and to exercise your discernment. And I find it interesting here with the discernment card. Her mind is completely in the clouds, but she is tuned into the energy. She is tuned into the energy. She is harnessing the energy. She is tuned in and utilizing her intuition. For some of you, you may be sensitive to planetary movement, planetary placement. Like when it happens, it can throw you off course, but it's that discernment helps us get into that space that we can harness that energy. We can harness, we can move in our intuition with discernment. And that's, you know, excuse me, never say never, but for most of us, that's something that we have to learn. And it's not always easy to learn. Yeah. I do feel that there's something wonderful that could be unexpected, something very heartwarming and heart healing that comes from the forgiveness beyond what heart healing the forgiveness itself offers. Tell me more about the imprinting, because you're just really drawing my eyes to that imprinting in the ghost card. Can you give me some more? Give me more clarification on that. Go further in the story, please. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so there is an opportunity. There's an opportunity here. Okay, so to me, this Ace of Wands is it's very divinely offered. It can be about playfulness, creativity, passion, being passionate about something you want to create. It can be about a masculine energy. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a man, but it can be about a masculine energy. Now, for some of you, it may be doing this work, right? Doing this work is going to open up the opportunity for this opportunity to come in, if that makes sense. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it does almost feel like, it almost feels like by doing this work, you're also going to be shifting your money. You know, you're working on your money, working on healing your money or creating a craft in some way, or maybe you'll be getting a creative idea that will, a creative idea to create money for yourself in some way, shape, or form. But I do feel like by addressing the imprinting is going to support and assist in this coming in, by doing the forgiveness, doing the writing to learn more about yourself, setting the intentions, and that you want your crown to be, you know, balanced and harmonized. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video here for a moment. So I'm gonna say to you, before I pause, I'm gonna say, if you just wanted the reading, we're gonna stop the reading part here of what's here. If you do not wish to receive any work I'm going to do, now would be the time for you to exit. And if that's your choice, thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate you. And we, you know, again, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share if there's somebody you know that could benefit from this video. Check out the other videos that are already up for this channel. And we hope to see you next time. For those of you who are going to stay for the clearing, releasing, healing, balancing, whatever you want to label that as, I would suggest that you pause the video at this time and you get yourself nice and comfortable so that you can just relax. Or if you just don't have the opportunity to do that now, you can always come back and come to this part of the video and go through that part when you have the time and the space to do that. Okay, so I'm also going to say here we got 7, 8, 9, 10. That's really interesting. Okay, sorry, distracted. So I'm going to pause this so that I can do my thing. When we come back, I will talk you through to just a tiny bit. We're just going to get grounded. We're going to do some breathing. And then for the most part, I will be silent as I'm doing my work. If you want to have on some background music for yourself, if you want to just have silence, that's totally up to you. Get yourself set up and then come back to the video. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to take my bracelets off so that they're not making noise while we're doing this. So I would just ask you to get yourself nice and comfortable. We're going to breathe in through the nose. Slight pause and out through the mouth. Just relax. Allow yourself to find that space. Just being relaxed, breathing. So Most High of all that is, I ask that you run the ground and connect now. Thank you. I don't know if you can hear the plane going overhead or not, but to me, when sounds show up in a reading, they have meaning. And when I heard that, I just heard in my mind, moving on. So this is bringing us an opportunity to move on from what has been into a newer energy. So just continue to breathe and relax. And just be aware that, you know, there's sounds outside you might hear, and that's okay. Life continues. Okay, I am going to be quiet now while I do my work. Just continue to breathe. Continue to breathe and relax. Continue to breathe and relax. like you to just take a few deep breaths in through the nose to the count of 4, a slight pause, and then exhale to the count of 4. Just do that a few times, coming all the way back to be fully grounded, fully embodied, fully present, and fully aware. The Most High of all that is, make all of this so now. Change it. Thank you. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And if you've been laying down and you want to continue to lay down, do so. If you want to get up, go ahead and do so. All right, guys. This is feeling really, really good. It's feeling really, really good. So I hope that you have found this reading helpful and supportive, with an opportunity to release and let go, to forgive, and to bring in the beauty and the love. New boundaries that are refreshed, updated, upgraded, and up-leveled to the new you. That you recognize these unexpected blessings, miracles, beauties, wonderful and wondrous, amazing things. Because sometimes they can be small and we may not realize that they are what they are. Bringing in the flow for our crown chakra. Surrendering to the process and allowing the process to take place. This may mean or show up for some of us to realize we may be emotional, we may cry, we may be moody. Allow yourself to process without judgment. Set your intentions and move forward in your healing with gratitude, with love, and with patience with yourself. I will leave you here. I thank you so much for being here. Until next time, goodbye.